Hey, welcome to a new episode of Real Men Real Talk. I'm your host, Wayne, Daniel, Uncle Dwight, Anthony, and myself. Talking about hot issues, topics, and everything else that we sit around and talk about. Hey, that time is coming to vote. Please get out and vote. Find your district, find your church, find your school, whatever district you're in, and get out there and vote. Get out there early in the morning, as soon as you get off work. Some jobs will excuse you to go vote. So please get out and vote and support your party that you're representing. But every vote counts. It doesn't matter. Uncle Dwight, what's your issue?
My issue was the VP debate.
It was
excluding the intrusion of Mr. Fly.
It went better than the presidential debate.
It sure did. This was a more civil, somewhat informative debate for people to form their opinions.
The narrator,
The narrator never had control, basically.
Well, but I think the narrator didn't really hit on key issues. They talked about the headline issues, but I think in the long run, everyone wants to know what president and vice president are actually going to do for the little guy.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for the little guy? Because, you know, the king and the queen, they all right. But it's the worker bees that don't get no recognition and don't get the support they need. So I think everyone's really wondering, okay, what are you going to do for our health care? What are you going to do for our just general way of living? And most people in that low-ranking area, as far as just modern day people, we worry about the essentials. We worry about food. We worry about jobs and energy, because you know you gotta get to work, so you gotta buy gas. But if gas goes up to $4-5, guess what? You can't buy no food.
You can't buy food.
And then
You can't buy food.
you can't buy food. I mean, you can't buy electricity. You can't buy everything. And especially with now how the pandemic has made the household your main base of living. Period. Because everybody's working from home. You know, kids are going to school from home. So that's more groceries. That's more electric, water, everything else being used, and you're not getting the pay increase.
It's a whole ripple effect. But one thing you need to keep in mind, the age of the president
Mm-hmm.
and vice president comes into play. They want to know if those individuals are not able to fill their complete term, how the VP is going to act.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to the other thing you talked about, the food and everything, somebody should have addressed how the administration process of the, what do you call it, the trade war with China, how it affected farmers.
Mm-hmm.
When they saw it on the news, they were pouring out due to the fact of that and the pandemic. They had crops that didn't have distribution to send them out to the U.S. and they weren't exporting any because China wasn't buying anything. So they lost a whole bunch. And due to the pandemic, the milk pouring out millions of gallons of milk.
Yeah, I saw that on
And it's a whole,
Yeah,
and it's just like when they talk about the other thing of the stimulus. Okay, after the election, then I'm going to address the stimulus. You know, what kind of crap is
Well,
that?
that's because he trying to hold everybody fucking hostage.
Yeah.
You motherfucker wants to check. You know he needs
You gotta put me back in office.
Right.
You know, but those were some of the things that should have been addressed by the moderator to ask questions about. But
Well,
it's,
hey, That's a hot topic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about it in the near future. So hit us up on Facebook and YouTube, Real Men, Real Talk. Thank you for showing up and showing out with us. Hit us up.